I went to university and I studied IT and business. I started on a graduate training scheme in business management with an insurance company, and I managed 2.5 years with them, but basically I was really unhappy doing that. It wasn't for me at all. I spent every moment of my time trying to get outside, trying to go mountain biking or kayaking, and eventually I just completely binned it and applied for a trainee outdoor instructor scheme. And although I had no qualifications whatsoever in the outdoor industry, they took me on kind of by merit of my kayaking experience. There was no choice, you know. For me it would have been much more terrifying to stay in a job that didn't suit me.
When I was probably about 15, I did a work experience for a company called Electronic Industries Limited, and as far as I was concerned I was going to go into computing. But I did this work experience, which probably lasted about 2 weeks, and it was probably the best thing that I ever did, because it made me realise just how boring computing is. I sat there at a desk and somebody gave me a job and I just said, this is not what I'm going to do. I vowed then that I would never sit at a desk. I did a cadetship with the company, it's basically an apprenticeship for the Navy. So I passed that and then straight onto the ship as a third officer, about 3.5, 4 years.
I was going down the path of law, so I took a legal secretary's course, I did a year studying law at college, and that was the direction I was going in. Worked for a solicitor's for a short time and doing conveyancing. Really found it wasn't to my liking and kind of diverted from there, really.
I got into university to study television and radio production. Then towards the end of that, I actually left my course and I found that I wasn't very inspired by it. And it's around about that time that I discovered and started working with a pyrotechnic company. And I ended up working with those guys just as a crew member and absolutely fell in love with it. So I left my degree course without very long to go towards the end of it, and went into performance, and that's when I rediscovered Circus and then went on to audition for Circus School.
I went to Cardiff University to study English literature. For me, I was just analysing books. You'd read a book and you'd analyse it, and I'd have to sit up and make myself do something that I used to love. And I got offered work experience at Elle magazine. So I came to London to stay with a friend. At the end of the month, they asked me to stay. So I just kind of quit my degree and moved to London.
I knew the economic climate was going to change, and I was thinking, what can I do with my life, because this isn't going to last. And this is when I made the decision to go into nursing. My sister's a nurse and I knew a couple of nurses, and I thought, well, I wonder what I could do that, I think. I discussed it with my wife and my family that I'd like to go into nursing, and there'd be a massive financial hardship at least for 3 years. Everybody backed me, and that gave me the confidence to actually say, after 24 years, I'm sorry, here's a month's notice.
I always wanted to be a teacher. My mum was a teacher and I always thought that I wanted to be a teacher. And I did my postgraduate certificate in education following my degree, and very quickly discovered that I was absolutely hopeless. And just because I didn't know what else to do, I ended up finishing my PGCE because I thought, well, that I need to give it a bit more time. I need to really make sure that it isn't what I want to do. But once I'd finished that, it was just the kind of panic thinking, what on earth am I going to do with my job? Where am I going to work? What am I going to do? And then I decided that I wanted to move to London and do something totally different.